Hi everyone, and welcome to this Google Plus Hangout, a preview to the International Conference on Family Planning 2015. So in less than 2 weeks, the doors will open to the International Conference on Family Planning in Indonesia. And we're really excited about this and getting pumped up and excited about the conference. And this Google Plus Hangout is going to give you a quick introduction to the conference, what you have to look forward to, and what outcomes we can hope for. And we will also give you a guide to how you can join this important conversation and engage online during the conference. And this is for you, even if you're not able to be in Indonesia yourself. This Google Hangout will give you a preview on how you can still be engaged. So without further ado, I would like us to start. And I'm here today with Dr. Kate Baye and Matthew Matassa. So I will quickly introduce them. They have long resumes, both of them, but I'll try to keep it short. Dr. Kate Baye is a family planning advocate and a physician who's pursuing her MS-PH degree at the Department of Population, Family, and Reproductive Health at Johns Hopkins School of Public Health. She is also the Public Relations Chair of the International Youth Alliance for Family Planning, a co-chair of the Youth Subcommittee for ICFP 2015, and is also interning at the Gates Institute. So she is wearing several hats today during this Google Hangout, both representing the Gates Institute and will give us an introduction of the conference itself, but also a youth representative, and since she also was at the ICFP conference in Ethiopia 2 years ago, she knows sort of what we can look forward to, and she will also give a youth perspective on engagement and how young people will be represented during the conference. And Matthew Matassa, my second guest, is a digital communications and engagement strategist and has over 15 years of experience within global health and human development. He specializes in designing and implementing crowdsourced strategies that rely heavily on social content and video. Matt has a lot of skills related to digital storytelling, video production, social content curation, and a lot more, and has worked at FHI 360 before he now became an independent consultant. And he is now also working with digital communications and engagement for ICFP 2015, and will give us really all of the background information that is necessary for engaging online during the conference and beyond. So I hope that I have presented both of you guys justly. And we'll start off with the first question to Kate. So could you please introduce the conference, the themes, the participation, and the hoped for outcomes, and why we have ICFP in the first place?
Hi Julia, hi everyone. This year the 4th International Conference on Family Planning will be held at the Baye Nusa Dua Convention Center, and I'm sure all of us are looking forward to it. This is going to be from November 9 to 12 in less than 2 weeks, and we're expecting more than 3,500 participants from about 120 countries. In preparation for the conference, more than 2,000 individual abstracts and 200 pre-form panels were submitted, which is a huge increase. In 2013, we had about 5% less than that. The conference program will include an opening reception, daily plenaries, a number of interactive skills building sessions, poster sessions, panel presentations, and an exhibit area. So each day of the conference, we're going to have an opening plenary, followed by abstract presentations. We have at least 20 concurrent sessions taking place at the same time, which is a lot. And every day we're going to have tracks which will feature issue-oriented themes such as addressing youth needs and involvement, rights and quality of care, advocacy and accountability, and implementing best practices. To gear up before the conference, different subcommittees have organized pre-conferences and workshops. So we have the Faith Workshop, which will be taking place on the 8th and the 9th of November. And they're focused on the role of faith communities in family planning, advocacy, and services towards achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. On the same 8th and 9th, we're going to have a youth pre-conference, which is an interactive event bringing together more than 200 youth participants. And on the 9th, there'll be a demographic dividend workshop, which will tackle the opportunities and challenges related to achieving the demographic dividend. This year, we have a wide range of audience, the participants. We have researchers, program implementers, policymakers, advocates, youth leaders, media, representatives from local and international organizations. And all these people have a common goal, which is sustaining the wheel of improved access to family planning information, supplies, and services. There are a lot of activities taking place during the conference. And Julia, if I talk too much, just stop me. But I'm going to talk about the Marketplace of Ideas, which is a new feature at the ICFP. And it has as goal to spur conversation and collaboration and showcase innovative approaches. So what will happen is those who have signed up for the Marketplace of Ideas will have about 15 minutes each to share an idea. And this is going to give an opportunity for innovators, thinkers, and doers to, talk about this idea, network, and it's something that has never happened before. And the sign up is already, it's already over, and a lot of people signed up. It's going to take place in the exhibit hall, and you have the schedule online on the conference website. During the conference, we'll have exhibitions by different international and local bodies. On the 10th and the 9th, during lunch, there'll be 2 options for roundtable discussions. There'll be topical roundtables and CEO roundtables for emerging leaders. So these roundtables are hosted by conference partners, and we're going to have groups of about 8 to 10 people, sit down together and share common interests and talk about the conference theme and family planning. And the goal is to facilitate dialogue and networking. Leading up to the conference, we have site visits, which will take place in and around Indonesia. And information about that is on the website as well. Let's see. I think I should have covered all the activities taking place at ICFP. Well, most of them.
Fantastic. Thank you. Do you have anything more to add maybe on the outcomes of the conference?
So we're hoping that during the conference, we're going to, the conference is bringing together people of different countries, different organizations, different backgrounds. We're hoping that together, everybody is going to be able to network, share ideas, share common practices, learn from each other. We're going to have commitments being made. We're going to have showcasing of local action, showcasing what has been done since commitments were made. And we're hoping that from here, the conference is going to, in a very specific way, contribute to the FP 2020 goals and achieving FP 2020 partnerships.
Fantastic, thank you. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to attending ICFP, and I've also signed up to one of the CEO roundtables that I'm really looking forward to as well. And you touched upon the theme for this year, which is global commitments, local actions. And you've also touched upon a little bit on how that is visible, but how will this global commitments also, how will it really be visible, and how will local actions be showcased during the conference?
So ICFP is a platform for strategic inflection points in family planning. So the theme, global commitment, local actions, is very significant because during the conference, we're going to recognize global family planning commitments, which were made since the 2012 local London Summit on Family Planning, and the other commitments that were made in 2013 and after that. And the same forum, ICFP, we're going to be showcasing the local actions taken since those commitments were made. So among the abstracts presented, we're going to have a broad coverage of topics, but most especially we're going to have best practices, and this is highlighting the local actions.
Thank you. I think that gives us a good idea. And we've actually, I know we are curating questions from social media throughout this Hangout, and we have some questions coming in, and at the end of the Hangout, I will ask those questions to both of you. But we did get one that was really relevant to what you were just speaking about regarding the marketplace of ideas. And Emma Solaranta writes, Marketplace of Ideas sounds really great. Are you planning to somehow record some of these ideas and projects that are presented there, and will they be available online?
Okay, well, that's a good question. So when signing up for the Marketplace of Ideas, we did record a little bit of what they're going to be talking about and what will be presented. I know we could push for a recording. Well, I think we can consider that. I don't think it's in our plans right now to record that.
All right, but we'll keep that in the notes after this Hangout, and we'll see what we can do as well. Great. Well, thank you so much, Kate, for that great introduction to the conference. And now I want to hand it over to Matt. And Matt, you have actually been a part of ICFP from the start. You've attended all of the conferences since they began, and this is the 4th conference that you will be attending. So I want to ask you, how have things changed, and what are you especially looking forward to this year?
Thanks, Julia. Well, first, I'm excited to be here with everyone, and like Julia said, this is my 4th ICFP. It started in Uganda when, I was doing digital work, and back then, I don't think people even knew what Twitter was. And I think it was one of those things we really tried to get people to use Twitter, but it wasn't one of those things that really had caught on. And so through through the years, we went to Senegal, to Dakar, and then to Addis last time, and now we're in Bali. And I've seen, one of the things I'm most excited about is how this conference, through some of the digital work, has really become a very virtual type of experience for people who are at the conference, but also, on their computers, on their mobile phones. It's really opened up this topic to a wide range of people. So for me, that's one of the things that I'm most excited about, and also most excited to help, create for the community.
Fantastic. Thank you, Matt. And I'm going to actually keep the word with you, because you are really the expert when it comes to digital engagement at this conference this year. And so I would like you to sort of guide us through how can participants of the conference, and also those who are not attending, engage online during ICFP?
Yeah, definitely. So, as I said, we're really trying to make this conference much more virtual for people that are at the conference, but also people who aren't able to join the conference. And so there's a few things that, through our digital participation, that are main goals. The first really is to capture, what's happening on the ground, in the sessions, in the hallways, at the marketplace, in the exhibition hall. Really capture through social media what's taking place. So that's our first goal. The second goal is really to engage those who are at the conference and not at the conference. And so, we have a few main tools that we've done, basically, that idea of capturing and then using that information and getting it out to the broader networks. There's a few main tools that, and ways that people can help do that. And I'll go ahead and just walk people through. What I thought I could do is do a screen share and just walk you through the different properties and ways that people can stay engaged with the conference. So give me just 1 second, and I'm going to take you on a little tour of the ICFP properties. So one of the main ways that people can join and stay up to date is through the ICFP Digital Hub. The conference has partnered with FHI 360, and this is something that's been taking place at the conferences, since the beginning. And this is really the hub for all digital content that's taking place and being shared during the conference. And as you see, this it's hosted on Crowd 360, which is an FHI 360 conversation hub. And this is the live coverage hub, and this is where you can go to find all the information that you need to know about the conference, about the conversations that are taking place. And there's a few main things that I just wanted to highlight. As you can see, the main hashtag is ICFP 2015. And that's what will be used to really capture all of the different conversations and bring together the content that's happening on Facebook and on Twitter and also on Instagram. You'll see on the hub, over on the key links, these are the kind of the main area where you can get to the main parts of the conference, the digital assets of the conference really quickly. The first is the ICFP 2015 website. So if you land on the hub and you need to get back to the website, that's the best place to get back to the website. FP 2020, also you can get to the community platform from there through this link. We also have the engagement kit, which is probably one of the most useful things when engaging with the conference. Here in the engagement kit, you can find everything about the different channels to use, how you can engage in the conversations, getting some different shareable assets, all of the different channels that you need to look at. And this is a really good asset, or a really good tool if you're interested in participating virtually, and also if you're at the conference. And so going back to the hub, you'll notice that there's a lot of content. Here's where all the content sits and is all different blogs and news and videos that are taking place. This is really a place where the community can also add their content. So if you're interested in adding to this conversation and getting a blog or a video posted to this hub, you can go ahead over here to Got Something to Add. And this is basically where you can add your own, and it takes you to a submission form where you can post your content, and it'll be submitted to the hub for consideration of posting on the site. And then also one thing that is probably the most valuable thing that you can do is sign up for the daily delivery. The daily delivery is a daily recap email that goes out to all the conference participants and then everyone else who is interested in staying up to date. This is also powered by FHI 360. With a few other partners, and it's published every single day, and it highlights, it's a really great place to that highlights all the different conversations and the main news, the main speakers, there's videos, and that comes out every day. So if you're interested in getting the daily delivery, you can go right down here to sign up, and this will take you to a sign-up form where you can enter in down here your email and address, and then every day of the conference you'll be getting a daily recap that kind of will keep you up to date on everything that's happening. So that's really the major hub. I invite you to go explore it, kind of keep track of what's happening, read a bunch of the different partner blogs. And then finally, I just quickly want to take you through some of the main properties of ICFP. The first thing that you can do is follow the ICFP hashtag. This will basically give you all the content that's being shared about the conference. And all the different organization blogs. Second, ICFP website. This is a great resource, not only just for digital, but everything you need to know about the conference that's going on, from the programs to media to visiting Indonesia. This is really the place to get all the complete information. ICFP has a Twitter channel. And this is at ICFP, so I invite you to follow that to stay up to date, and that will be that obviously is giving all the key things that are happening at the conference, and it's a place you can look at infographics and partner tweets and that sort of content. And then finally is the Facebook page. And this is, again, a great place to engage and find out everything that's happening with the conference. So that is I think, a good overview of what's going on. One last thing I also wanted to remind people is that there will be a live stream. The live stream will be, most of the major plenaries will be live streamed, and so that's something you can also access from the digital hub. And that'll be able, make it even more virtual. So if you're sitting at your desk, the time difference is a little bit hard, but those will also be available afterwards if you weren't able to be up in the middle of the night if you're in the United States. So yeah, so that's I think the overview of the digital engagement, and we just really welcome everyone to participate and share this content with their network so we can get this out as far as wide as possible.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you so much for that great guide and overview. And it's been great working with you at previous conferences, and we're really excited about ICFP 2015 this year as well, because there are so many ways to engage and so many ways to really bring this conversation even further. And the tools that you've mentioned are just invaluable for the conference experience itself, but also for those who are not at the conference. So following Matt and he gave a good overview of how everyone can engage, I wanted to also just briefly mention what Girls Globe is planning for live coverage during ICFP as well, and what you can expect coming out of Girls Globe on the ground. So if you don't know already, Girls Globe is a global network of bloggers and organizations that work with women's and girls' rights and health in various ways. We are focused around our online magazine, but we also do international advocacy in this field. And we do a lot of live coverage from major conferences and events. And this year at ICFP, we will have a small team of bloggers who will be reporting live from on the ground and in real time. So we have also developed our live coverage since we started as an organization for a little bit more than 2 years ago, so we're really new, but our main focus is very much on digital media and social media. So there are several ways for you to engage with us, and most of them are actually through the channels that Matt has already mentioned. So be sure to sign up to the daily delivery, and be sure to check out the Crowd 360 Hub, because that is where everything will be curated. There are a few other things that I just also want to mention, so I'll also do a screen share here. There we go. Oh, hold on. Since I'm, let me see, I'll just do, I'll guide you through it this way instead. I have my little reserve. So one of the channels that we are very active on since this summer is Periscope. And for those of you who don't know Periscope, it is an amazing app that you can have on your device, on your smartphone, or in your tablet, but you can also follow along online or on through your computer. And it's actually an app that enables you to live stream anything, and we will be using it to live stream interviews, engaging conversations with young people and leaders on the ground at ICFP. And what Periscope does is also it enables you to ask questions and engage. So be sure to follow at Girls Globe on Periscope, and you can also check us out at periscope.tv/girlsglobe, and you'll get a lot of interesting live video features, and we will also be doing Girls Globe check-ins with just short summaries of the day, what we have experienced, and what highlights have been a part of that day. So we'll be checking in at a regular basis throughout the conference. And it's really just about getting you a lot of content in real time and enabling you to get a feel of the conference, although you're not there. Something else is Instagram, and I think a lot of you know Instagram. Girls Globe will be very active on Instagram as well, sharing photos, but also something that we think is quite fun is we do short snapshot videos, interviews, 15-second interviews, that where people get to sort of send out their key messages. So follow along on Instagram.com/girlsglobe as well, or @girlsglobe. And of course, we will be blogging throughout the conference, and we have blog posts going out daily, and you'll find these in the daily delivery. And we also engage our entire global network in the conversation around family planning. So besides the live coverage, we have a lot of blog posts on this topic from organizations working in this area, and you'll find those on girlsglobe.org as well. So that was just a brief overview of what you can expect from Girls Globe. And if you want to connect with us while you're there, if you want to connect us for an interview, or if you have something interesting that you're presenting, please connect with us, and we'd be happy to see how we can engage in the conversation together. So moving forward in our Google Hangout, we want to focus as well on the youth perspective. And Kate, we'll turn the microphone back to you now. And we want to ask you, since you were a part of ICFP last time in 2013, and you're also a youth leader and a part of the youth constituency of ICFP, could you just tell us what you are looking forward to at ICFP this year, and what your hope for, or what outcomes you hope for as well?
Thanks, Julia. First of all, amazingly, I'm looking forward to meeting people. I'm looking forward to meeting and learning from the youth delegates this year. We have amazing youth leaders, some of them who were selected via a video contest. And because they were outstanding, they were sponsored to attend the youth pre-conference and conference. So they had to submit a video, a 5-minute video, talking about their engagement in family planning, global commitments, local actions, and they did this. We had close to 200 submissions, and some of them were selected to be sponsored by the Gates Institute, and other organizations sponsored these youth to increase the youth involvement during the conference. So I'm looking forward to meeting these young leaders. I'm looking forward to the wonderful conversation throughout ICFP, meeting different organizations that I've heard about, learning what's happening in other places, and strengthening my advocacy skills. Most importantly, I'm most interested in what different countries are doing. Like, what are some countries that are successful doing differently, and what is not working? On Wednesday, there'll be a youth plenary at 8:30 in the morning in the plenary hall. And the title is Youth Challenging Old Assumptions, Forging a New Agenda. So the youth subcommittee came up with this title because we're interested in what is it that we keep doing that doesn't work for youth, or, you know, what should we be doing instead? And we're going to have 3 presentations covering different topics, and we'll have a panel with emerging youth leaders and global leaders to discuss on this. And I'm hoping that, you know, the outcome is innovative, and the outcome, you know, it's informative to those who would like to work with youth issues. In 2013, we left the conference as youth delegates. We're inspired, and we started the International Youth Alliance for Family Planning, which in 2 years includes youth from all over the world, and we have 53 country coordinators. And from advocacy to program implementation, we are proving that youth know what youth need, and youth can do a lot with limited resources. So I'm hoping that ICFP 2015 is going to encourage the youth attending, and they will all leave as family planning ambassadors and adolescent sexual and reproductive rights ambassadors. That's my hope.
Fantastic, and that's incredibly encouraging as well. That outcome of 2013 has led to something that will be very significant and visible in this year's conference as well. So my follow-up question to you is related to, how will ICFP enable young people to have an instrumental part of the conference, and as well as the conference outcomes? How will youth be visible throughout the days of the conference?
Okay, so from the pre-conference, which is 2 days, we're going to bring together young researchers and youth delegates. And the pre-conference is an interactive event. Let me show what the program looks like. It's just so cute, I just had to show it. So this is what the program looks like. We're going to have an interactive event, and we're going to focus on opportunities and challenges which are very specific to youth and family planning, including sexual and reproductive health and rights. During this event, we're going to have presentations and workshops that would equip the attendees with the information and the skills that they need to, to go through ICFP, to navigate ICFP well, and to be involved in the global youth family planning agenda after the conference. So young people will be highlighted after the pre-conference. Young people will be highlighted throughout the conference. During the opening ceremony, we're going to have a youth representative, Margaret Bolaji from Nigeria, who was selected from the video contest, and she's going to speak on behalf of the youth. And we're hoping that throughout the conference, as youth come together from different backgrounds and countries, they're going to be able to encourage and inspire each other. And we're hoping that after the pre-conference, they go into the conference like, when you train soldiers in the battlefield and you send them out. So they're going to have all this training, and they're going to go out, and in whatever it is they're doing during the conference, they're going to talk about, how to pay attention to youth and family planning issues. During the closing ceremony, the youth delegates will have a performance, and we've entitled it Rhymes, Rhythms, and Rap. And it's going to be an amazing way to advocate in an entertaining way. So you should all look forward to that.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to it. And something I think to add as well is that there will be a press conference on Wednesday the 11th that is completely youth focused as well. And I will be there and speaking to the young people. So I'm really looking forward to that, to hear those youth leaders and what they have to really give us as a takeaway from the conference. Exciting. So I think we are coming to an end. We have one question that has come in from Twitter that is related to youth engagement. So I just want to ask that as well before we leave. And the question is, how can rural youth, so young people from rural areas, be engaged during the conference? Many of them are, of course, not informed of ICFP 2015. How will their voices be heard during the conference?
So a couple of things. The first thing is, when we started, or when we opened up the youth video contest, we made sure that we gave an opportunity for youth who don't have access like to video equipment or anything to contact us, and we put them in touch with organizations. We did succeed in doing this, and you had some youth from rural places who happen to know about the conference because they do have internet. They might not have, a camera or a phone, and they might visit a cyber cafe once in a while. So we put them in contact with organizations in their community, UNFPA, DSW, and they worked with them to do this video and bring them to the conference. The second thing is, during the pre-conference, the first day of the pre-conference, we're going to have a film screening at the end of the day. And this is a couple of films which MSI has filmed of young people who won't be attending the conference, like rural youth whose voices can be heard, but would have an opportunity to do this film screening and hear them talk and listen to their voices. So those are the two ways I think they can participate during the conference. After the conference, I'm hoping that the youth who attended the conference reach out to the young people who are not able to attend the conference. They're able to share what they learned, and they're able to, give them, even, you know, it's peer education, even the skills they learn, they're able to send it forth, and we're going to have youth all over, even those who didn't attend, engaged as well.
Hey, Julia, one other thing that I just wanted to add is that there'll also be a hashtag Youth ICFP 2015,
Oh, yeah.
which is a great way for young people to also share their voice, their, you know, their photos, their, you know, everything that they, you know, kind of have to say. It's a great place that will also be, you know, we'll be curating that for the daily delivery. So every day during the daily delivery, there'll be a youth section that will highlight kind of the youth voice.
Fantastic. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Kate. And thanks to both of you for joining this Hangout today. I think we've had a very informative conversation, and I hope that many questions have been answered, and also that everyone is really excited about the conference as well. I'm looking forward to seeing both of you in real life in Bali, and the rest of you either at the conference itself or online. And remember that you can also engage in the conversation using the hashtag, which is we know there are there's more than one, but this is the main one. So ICFP 2015. Thank you both, and have a great day.
Thank you very much, Julian. Thank you, Matt.
Bye. See you, Kate.
Bye.
Bye, Julie.
Bye.